Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stardew Valley ASMR. A half hour. How's it going? But not too loud. How's it going? Rhapsody.
It's going real well, Retromation. I just wanted to say welcome back to Smooth Jams and Smooth Grooves. That is right. It is WSFM 99.65. Playing you those tunes from the old days. The ones you remember.
Playing you those tunes that bring you back to the womb.
Coming right back at you with those classics from another generation.
Oh boy. What are we doing?
I once did an episode of the main series, Slay the Spire, that was very extremely ASMR kind of quality. Just because I suspected I'd hurt my voice beforehand, and I suspected I was fully mended, but still kind of needed to record. And was just taking, an extra precaution. But the amount of responses to it that were like, damn, could you just start doing some ASMR content, please?
Yeah. I
really
mean,
made me think for a while.
I mean, you
should
should. Like, it's facts.
I don't have an ASMR microphone, but also the thing is, I can't experience ASMR. I'm one of those people. So to me, it seems like I wouldn't know if it was good.
I feel
ASMR
like everybody
for
just told you it
people.
was good, though. Don't you think?
Well, but like they might just be like conflating
novel.
ASMR with like a kind of like a slower kind of like softer tone rather than actually the audio sensory motor response.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get the sticker off this package of Oreos.
Just gonna. Do I have anything with like an interesting texture here? Hang on.
And then I'm gonna sign my divorce papers.
This was a crushing divorce. I wasn't ready for the relationship to end.
And I'm gonna tell my son I still love him, even though I won't see him anymore. Go to bed,
His
Jimmy!
mother is moving to another country.
What are we doing?
Going back at you with WSFM 96.85.
What's the goal of this
The saddest stories this side of the architect. What's up?
What's the goal of this episode? I can't read. We can do ASMR and one objective. Just since I can't read, I can't check. I just need a direction to be pointed in, and then we'll do ASMR for the rest of the episode.
All right. See, I'm worried because oftentimes, ooh, my melons. Oftentimes, I get told that your voice is a little low in my mix, despite the fact I have you as high as I possibly can.
You need me to be
so
louder?
I am worried. I'm just a little worried that maybe if we do ASMR all episode, I'll get a couple comments like, excuse me, was anyone talking in this episode? Because I did not hear anything.
I can speak as quietly as Dumbledore. Would that help?
Yeah, you do your Dumbledore, I'll do my Alan Rickman. Not Snape, Alan Rickman, of course.
So, okay.
I did not put your name in the goblet, Potter.
I hate
That's
you!
also, by the way, like, in that episode, that was the first time I'd ever done a Rickman impression.
Oh, got a fool.
I felt it went quite well for a first time, frankly.
Let me get these birds. Get them!
Get him.
We're eating good
Get 'em,
tonight!
good. Where is Demetrius? I have a melon to give you, Demetrius. So yeah, Pam's thirsty. Pam wants a pale ale. We got to reach the bottom of the mine.
Wait,
after furnace.
the bottom of the mine?
Return Mayor's shorts.
The bottom of the cavern one? The spookier mine? Because didn't we already... I already reached... I thought I reached the bottom of the mine.
Yeah, I don't know. It says reach the bottom of the mine. I don't know.
Oh,
Take it up with the game.
Oh, I think you just haven't gone to the bottom of the mine. I have the quest for the skull key, which is figure out the purpose of the skull key.
You thought about maybe going to figure out the purpose of that skull key?
We need to, turn in some things to the bundle that I can't read.
Right, of
We need to
course,
pay.
yes.
We need to pay money to the bundle I can't read.
I believe it actually is that one, the vault as well.
Yeah, it's the vault.
I think we only need the 25k remainder one. I sold 15 melon jelly at the start of today, and that should be a pretty big bump for us.
Okay. I'm just chasing.
Basically, for the rest of the day, I like that you're just like a tail here. Come on, boy. I just gotta find a Demetrius so that I can. Fire quartz for potion making. If we take a fire quartz mode, we can.
Just blast in the trash cans.
Of course, you have to.
Get back here.
Where is Demetrius? This is not fair.
Oh, I have a full inventory. Dang
Hang
it.
on.
All right.
Same.
Was there anything we needed to plant? It's the 3rd of fall. I feel like there's a lot we need to plant, right? But it is Wednesday, so we can't buy anything.
Yeah, there's not really that much that we can do at the moment, I don't think. But it is the start of a season. There should be a lot to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm very confused by everything that's going on at the moment.
I mean,
This is the problem with like
be foraging.
behind the scenes. It's been like a month since our last episode got recorded of this, because Temtem came out and there were a bunch of other things to attend to at the time. So yeah, we might be a little out of practice, just a touch.
Just a touch. Hazelnuts. I mean, I know there's forageables, right? There's forageables for every season that we need to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I got the crocus yesterday. I think I might actually have like a couple of things to turn into the into the communities.
Isn't one a hazelnut, right? Two? No?
If it does, then I actually threw a hazelnut away already.
Okay, well, I've
Which
got
is,
one. I mean, I don't know. I repeat, I cannot check the bundles because I cannot read. So,
I almost convinced you to get fire quartz and take it to Wizard Rasmodius. He would have taught you to read regardless of what you wanted.
I gotta wake up pretty early in the morning to get that one past me.
I mean, I woke up at exactly the same time as you. Actually, what time do you wake up in the morning in your...
Like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Pretty much 8 on the... Usually on the dot. Like, I want to wake up at 8:30, but I wake up at 8. Sometimes 7:40 if my cat wants to have the toilet opened.
Right, okay, so it's something else interfering rather than
Yeah.
like you wake up before your alarm or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's times I have but it's like I have a one of those light alarms where
Okay.
the
How do you find
time it's amazing. I think that my waking up has been, I have not woken up to my actual sound, the sound of the alarm, which I think is good. If anything, I should maybe like adjust my alarm to be a little bit later so the light comes on a little bit later, because it works really well at gradually getting me up. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's like the thing that literally you set an alarm and this alarm goes off like normal at that time, but the 30 minutes leading up to it's like a lamp that has a dimmer that slowly goes from a 0 setting to a 10 setting, trying to like mimic the sun. And it does a really good job, because we don't get a lot of light in our house.
Does it wake Grace up as well?
I don't know if it does. I sleep on the side with the lamp, so I think it affects me more, but it seems like it does, yeah.
Because I oftentimes have to wake up earlier than peak just for recording and stuff like that.
You know what's worked really well for me is most fitness trackers have a silent alarm on their wrist.
See, the thing is, I have no being horrifically unfit.
You can probably, there's probably something out there that exists.
It's my reality.
I mean, it's my reality too. I just said I had a fitness tracker. I'm not saying my stats look good.
Okay.
I just have one because it checks my heart rate, and I can figure out when I more reasons to be panicked because my heart's beating too fast. Well, I say that's not true. Usually it's helped me with anxiety in the sense that I'm freaking out and I don't know why, and then I look at it and usually I see that my heart rate's up and I'm like, oh, okay, well, like, there we go. Like, let's breathe slowly until it goes down. Okay, good.
Huh. I hadn't actually considered like the usefulness of it in terms of that, because that was like, you know, I imagine for very anxious people, that's one of the first things the therapists always go through is the fight and flight response, and how the physical things, the physical symptoms of anxiety, fight and flight response actually enforce you feeling the mental strain of anxiety at the same time, and it can kind of be a feedback loop, and the way to break that is blah 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 blah. But like, I don't know when I'm feeling like that, because in the moment it just feels like, God, the world's ending.
Yeah, it's like, oh, whoops, I'm dying all over, and it's always in a new way, even though it's not. But at least for me. But yeah, no, it's helped a lot, and especially the Fitbits have an actual relaxation thing where you press it. You turn it, you press a button and it goes through a 2-minute routine, and it tracks your heart rate, and it's like tells you when to breathe in, when to breathe out, and it like vibrates, so you don't even have to be looking at it. So you can turn it on as social situation, and then like have it down, and it'll buzz when you're supposed to breathe in, buzz when you're supposed to breathe out, and it's like
that's rad. It's
the best feature. Like I use it for anxiety more than I use it for being a fitness tracker. And it also does tell you how bad your sleep is. So I look at it and I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, that's why I feel terrible. Apparently I woke up 6 times. That makes sense.
Wait, how does it track how many times you wake up?
It's based off of like, I don't know exactly, but it tracks when you're in REM, and I think it's based off of your movement in your sleep. A lot of times, how restless your sleep is, and if you move like to a certain extent, they're like, okay, well you're awake. I don't know, but it seemed pretty accurate so far. Like the nights where I know for a fact I've woken up, it tells me, it says you were awake during this time, and I'm like, you're correct. So like I can verify that a lot of like the times that I know that I woke up, it's accurate. But it's nice for that stuff. It's nice for that stuff. And on top of it, if I felt like being healthy, I could use it to track everything else too.
It's nice to have that option at the absolute least.
Yeah.
Made sure to feed our animals. That might be another thing that we need, like to get a coop.
Oh yeah. Wait, we don't
so
have a coop?
Actually, we have a coop. Sorry, we need a barn. That might be a thing for you to do tomorrow, is find out what the requirements are for the barn, and then see if you can build a barn.
Yeah, and then maybe you could take a peek and buy the stuff from Pierre's if we need it now that it'll actually be open.
That's true, but we don't have that much space left.
We might have
That's money.
Might have to make space, because otherwise, if we fail to get all the stuff we need.
I think most of the stuff we'd already planted wasn't it corn?
I mean, we have to need quality crops of some kind, though, right? Don't we? Isn't that a requirement?
Yeah. Quality pumpkin, quality corn.
Oh, and these are wait, which ones are pumpkins? None of these are pumpkins.
I don't remember.
None of these are pumpkins. Don't they require multiple spaces?
No. Pumpkins can require multiple spaces if, like, you put them in a 9 block. They can become a big pumpkin, I think. But they don't, by base, definitely require that, I don't think.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, we have a decent amount of money. Maybe we should hold off until we get the real money, you know?
The real money.
The 25, so we can get you over to the...
Oh, yeah.
The new area, the Skull Cabin.
Yeah.
Plus, that'll actually complete a lot of the stuff for us by getting the sandfish while you're over there, and cactus fruit as well.
That's true. That's true. I am gonna go see how much a barn costs, though. I'm just window shopping. Insert plug.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to do some window shopping outside the time that we do, there's actually a series.
Do you think there's going to be? I mean, you know.
Do I think there's going to be more window shopping?
Yeah, well, more like by the time this comes out, do you think?
Well, this comes out in 3 days. Comes out in like 3 days time.
Something like that.
There might not be, but I think the next one is on Necronator. No, the next one's on Necronator, which is
it's
window
just
shopping just Necronator.
Rhapsody, that's called a series.
Dang, yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be on Demon Crawler, because I don't really think, especially at the moment, that I can justify doing a full series on Demon Crawler.
I want to do a series so bad. I want to do a series on the dailies. I want to do a series on the dailies of that. I want to do a series on the dailies of Spy Party. I want to just be a daily channel. There's some actual that'd be fun, playing only games that have dailies. And
yeah,
like,
I gotta say, like Rayquaza was onto something with the Mondailies kind of thing, and it's just like he does dailies for I think it's 8 different roguelikes in a single day on Monday, and just films them as a block and then uploads them to YouTube after doing them on stream. I think it's a perfect, incredible idea. Like, I'm mad I didn't come up with that idea.
Does he still do it? He definitely doesn't upload them to YouTube. I feel like he's kind of left YouTube, sort of.
Yeah, he only really uploads like highlights from
Twitch.television.
From Twitch.television. Only really uploads highlights from Risk of Rain at the moment.
Yeah.
Risk of Rain 2.
So the barn is $6,000. Should I get it?
Do you have all of the other materials to get it though?
Yep. It's just wood and stone. We got that. Lewis got Sweet Tim digging through the trash.
Ugh. Lewis didn't already like me anyway, so this is no problem.
Should I do the barn?
Or
should we save the money?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do the barn. Do the barn.
I'm gonna put it right in front of your house.
Just move my house.
Should I put it over by the chicken coop probably, so we can just
yes,
extend the
if it can
fence?
Yeah. Do they play nicely with one another?
Yeah. I always had them sharing the same yard. Pasture.
All right, cool.
Pasture.
So Marnie, please don't close your shop. I need to come over and buy stuff. I hate that Marnie's shop is open for like 12 seconds in the middle of the full moon of each third month. If a rooster crows the night beforehand to the tune of Beat It by Michael Jackson. It's really annoying. It's very specific.
You know,
right, Marnie's actually here. Sweet.
I always think, like, there probably is this mod already, but I always think how interesting Stardew Valley would be if there was a mod that made it into a murder mystery. Like, how different the tone would be. But, like, I don't know. I've always felt with this game, there's some games where I get some weird underlying uneasiness sometimes. Like, usually in situations where things are, like, too perfect, you know?
Yep.
I'm like,
it's so sweet. There must be something lurking.
Like, yeah. Like, I played other games where things weren't fine, even though they seem fine. And I'm like, well, I mean, Lewis is a serial killer. I said that in my Stardew series. I pitched that Lewis was a serial killer, and I held it secret serial killer, and I held it throughout the whole series.
That's the next patch coming out.
Yeah.
You're just ahead of the time.
Boop, 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 boop.
I mean, if we are spending money at the moment, maybe we should actually buy some stuff from Pierre's to fill these up.
Yeah.
And we should probably get quality fertilizer as well for them.
Quality fertilizer. Big bucks.
I know, we're getting fancy.
We made of money? You think we're made of money?
We're made of exactly 8,348 money.
What is your cheap food hack? Do you have one? Like, dining on a budget, not just like rice, ramen. Yeah,
I do actually. I have many a cheap food hack because I need to. There's my favorite is probably like buying ramen in bulk
Yeah.
and then sprucing it up
Yeah.
with some very, very cheap, again, bought in bulk and frozen prior to anything, frankfurts, cocktail frankfurts, and then I'll slice those up into little slices to add a little bit of meat into the mix, get a little bit of protein in there. Maybe, if I'm feeling ritzy, I'll crack an egg in it just before it finishes heating on the stove.
An egg? Are you made of money?
I know, an egg! That is very much kind of like a treat yourself kind of on a budget kind of meal, but it is still on like a pretty tight budget.
Yeah. I mean, similar. I mean, like besides the obvious fact that we eat rice and beans for like half of our meals, and it's like a really good way to get a lot of filled very quickly and eat a lot of protein. That's great. Other than that, like we do ramen, and we spruce it up too. I think the cheap food hack is like you can find a million ways to eat really cheap, but the hacks are making it taste good. And I feel like the best thing you can do is invest in like seasonings and just adding simple vegetables to ramen. Like it's so easy to just make the ramen like normal and just be okay with it, but you can treat yourself a little bit and buy, I don't know, you could buy even just onions in bulk and then add that. Just you can do anything, any one vegetable pretty much, and you can add it to ramen and it'll make it better. You can find some.
Yeah, please don't run away before I talk to you. Okay, cool. I'm gonna. Pierre's walking away, but I'm still buying stuff from you. I'm gonna get like 20 pumpkin seeds, 30 corn seeds, 10 eggplant, 10 bok choy, 10 yams, 5 cranberries.
2 turtle doves.
There we go. And a partridge in a pear tree. Another one of mine, actually, back when I used to do more meal prepping, was I would buy the malformed vegetables, like the ones they can't necessarily sell for the full price. So I would always get the carrots of those. And then I would also try and get like cauliflower, but they usually don't have cauliflower of that, and peas. I just buy like a fair amount of those as well. I'd buy chicken breast when it was on sale at the butcher, and I'd freeze a bunch of it. But when I was meal prepping, I would cut up the chicken breast into little chunks and cook it in ginger, garlic, and chili flakes.
Yep.
Because chili flakes add so... I did this actually while I was trying to lose weight as well, because they don't actually add that much in terms of like energy kilojoule content, but they add so much flavor just to add those 3 things to chicken. And then I would serve it with steamed vegetables.
Yeah.
And I'd effectively like pre-make just packages of that for like lunch and dinner for every single day. And then the breakfast, I would have whatever cereal was on disc.
Yeah. I want to get back to meal prepping. The best, I mean, I make dinner every night, and a lot of times I'll make enough so we can have leftovers, but we just like, my problem is very simple. Our pots and pans aren't big enough.
That sounds like a problem that's very easy to fix, though, my friend.
Yeah, but that also costs money, and more importantly, it requires thinking ahead. Like, because we make, I mean, I shouldn't say I don't prep ahead. Because I make soup quite a bit, and that always lasts like 3-4 meals. Soup is great for that. What's one food that you will always splurge on that you can't do the cheap version? Is there anything? Or is there one thing that you always think of as your like, I'll spare no expense? Like on a, is there any one food that you think can't be the cheap version?
I don't think so. I've always had this kind of complex about like conspicuous consumption and kind of luxury and stuff like that. Like probably the thing that I relent on the least is whiskey. Like I will not just buy bottom shelf whiskey. Like I will always buy something a little nice for myself. That's probably like my treat yourself thing. I don't really have that with many foods.
Yeah.
I kind of just add more seasoning if it tastes bad until it just tastes like that seasoning, and then I'm like, okay, this only tastes like chili flakes now, but it's fine. I like chili flakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about yourself?
I can't do frozen vegetables anymore. I don't know.
Really?
I can't.
Why's that?
I've got like making vegetables, basically cooking them every single night. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it, and it's just like I can't ever get them close to the same like the right texture. They always just get way too mushy because it's just inherently it being frozen means you're cooking with a lot of water. So I don't know. I can't. There might be a way, but I'm just like, I don't know. We buy splurge on fresh vegetables, and that's what we do. And I feel okay with it because, you know, it's nice that if I'm going to splurge on something, at least it's something that's good for me.
Yeah, exactly. I will occasionally throw in some bok choy. And that's definitely not like a regular purchase or something that I can buy in bulk. But that's kind of like a ramen splurge, if I could describe something as that without it sounding extremely strange.
Yeah, I don't know. We pretty much just get broccoli, fresh broccoli all the time. It's mostly what we eat. But if I'm splurging, I'll get broccolini.
What is the difference between broccoli and broccolini?
Broccolini. I
don't say the last couple letters.
It's eeny, baby. It's the texture is a little bit different. It's almost got like it's almost got the texture of closer to like an asparagus. It's longer and thinner than broccoli. But it's like I feel like the stems of it have more flavor than broccoli stems do. And they're thinner, so like, because I love broccoli, but I'm okay with the stems. I think the stems, I don't know, they're so thick.
Yeah, it's a full day work to buy through those things occasionally, especially if you don't see.
And broccolini, especially if you cut them down, you cut them top to bottom, hot dog style, make them even thinner. You can really, really get them like cooked well and crispy all around. I got a midnight carp.
Ooh.
The heck is that? But
that sounds like a carp you can only catch at midnight. That might be good for a collection bundle.
Yeah, but I think it's like mostly the size and shape, which you would think wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I think it changes the way you can cook it. I don't know.
I might need your help just watering quickly here at the end of the day. It looks like we're both going to pass out outside. But,
it's not letting me. I'm in a cutscene. I trying to. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh.
Oops.
We'll have to one of those at the start of the next day.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. I guess did we sell anything today?
I believe not. No, never mind. We sold a little bit.
Well, good. Because I guess that's gonna do it. Until
I guess it has to.
Until next month. But I don't know. Leave your cheap food hacks. Answer both questions. I'm curious, everybody, in both comment sections. Your cheap food hacks and one thing that you feel like you have to splurge on, or you always feel like is your one thing that you really need the fancier version of. I'm curious about this. But
especially if you're budget minded, like what do you think gets the best bang for your buck in terms of budget?
Bang for your buck. Yes. Like what one thing, what one meal or one seasoning or whatever do you think goes the furthest? I'm very curious. But that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your dinner. See you next time.
Adios.